What's up, guys? Here with Jonas, and today we have his deck profile. And how did you win, and what did you play?
So last week's Winterthur regional, I got 8th place, top 8, X2 with Fire Kings. I felt really confident with this deck, but I did not play it flawlessly. I could maybe have won one or even two more if I played better. Whatever. Let's go straight into the deck profile. So triple Kirin, this is the best card of the deck, and will still be a 3 off after Phantom Nightmare. Double Garunix. I wanted to cut this to 1, but during testing it came up 2 or 3 times that I needed to, and also I got DD Crowed on it once. I would have lost that match against Rescue Ace, but I won it just because I had a second one. Then Double Elephant, pretty much the same as Garunix. You kind of want one in the deck at least, but also during testing 2 came up, because sometimes you just need another name to pop from your deck to rewarn. Then the 1 brick, I did not even use it that often, because with the Sunlight Wolf combo you can add Kirin back from the graveyard without the Baron, and you can get access to it, but like in some weird hands it is good that you have it in deck, but it also made me bricks once, so yeah, I'm not sure if I would play it again, but after Phantom Nightmare you can cut it for sure. Then triple Ponix, because this card lets you play, and the deck has some consistency issues if you play it without Prosperity. So I played it at 3, will probably also go back down to 1 after Phantom Nightmare. I did not want to play Prosperity because it loses hard to draw. That's the reason why I did not play it. But the deck was fine without it. It's not too consistent, like it would not hurt, but versus roll it's not that cool. Triple Sanctuary, you search this with Ponix if you don't have it, unless maybe you already have the field spell, but this card is so good. If you draw it, it lets you play, and if you play it at 3, you draw it every 3rd game.
Like post-fight now, would you cut it to 2?
Probably, yeah, to 2 or maybe even to 1, depends on the build you run. It was still a good card to search with Ponix. And then I only played the Skyburn. This card is really good. You need something else to search with the Ponix, and if you play that big lineup of 5 Kings, this card is actually really good. Afterwards, after Phantom Nightmare, maybe if you cut some 5 King names, it's not that strong anymore, and the Circle becomes more relevant. I was testing the Circle, like I played Skyburn and the Circle, but the Circle came up maybe 1 in 10 games or so, so I just decided to cut it. Then Snake Eyes, I only played the Ash and the Dragon, no other small one. This is enough that when you start a Wanted Engine you can just special summon the Ash, search Ponix, and you can really pop off from there, like your endboard gets insane. Yeah.
Yeah, did you break a lot with them, or?
I bricked once on the Dragon.
Okay.
But yeah, like that hand was Baron, Dragon,
Yeah,
hand
okay,
taps. It's like whatever, it happens. But they were worth it, I would say. Then Double Island, because of the spell. Yeah, I think 2 is correct. Maybe if you cut down on the continuous, you can also play only 1. Wanted Engine, I only played 1 Witch, Sinful and Triple Wanted. Instead of the second Witch, I played 1 for 1. I was testing both, but because you have multiple targets, drawing a 1 for 1 over something else felt better. Also, if you get ashed on this, when you had just a second Witch in hand, it was really bad. That's why I decided to play 1 for 1. Even though the Witch itself is stronger in theory, because you have the continuous spell you can get away, and also post-side maybe anti-spell, stuff like that. Yeah, but I decided to play the 1 for 1. Then for non-engine, I decided to play double Talents. The theory behind Talents mainly was I did not want to hard lose to draw. That was the biggest fear. I was thinking about playing non-engine Prosperity, Fenrir, and stuff like that, but I just got trolled so often during testing, so I just wanted to play a build that does not hard lose to draw. So I played double Talents and the Cold Pie. They were good when I get rolled, look at the opponent's hand, or just get rid of the draw. It was strong. Then I decided to play triple Ghost Spell. Most of the time is a weaker Ash, like versus Labyrinth or versus the Wanted Engine. but also sometimes it can help versus tier or fire kings, stuff like that. It was really, really good. I was not sure if I wanted to main deck or side deck this, but in the end, after testing, this was way better than DD Crow.
Yeah, and you can also out Kirin with it.
Yeah, like the ghost spell was really good actually. And then another standard hand trap or even board breaker, imperm. It's good, and triple draw. So
The best one.
yeah, it just wins your games when you play versus an opponent who cannot play through it and they don't have an answer. Also, it's a spellcaster. We played Celine. It helps. I was also thinking about playing Effect Veiler, basically another imperm, but the only reason I would have played it was because it's a spellcaster. I was also thinking about playing 2 witches over the 1-for-1, also exact same reason with just Celine for more spellcasters. Talking about Celine, let's just go straight into the extra deck. Sunlight Wolf, Heat Soul for the starting combo. Like I often drew 2 cards of this, and then the back Kirin. It's pretty easy to do that. Then IP Masquerena. I did not summon it that often. Sometimes if I got crazy on the Fire Kings, I went for IP. Sometimes I also just chose to go for SP. It depends on how many bodies you have. But like when you have a decent hand, your end board is this. Heat Soul and IP. Plays super hard into Super Poly, but it did not get Super Poly once. Then just to finish, access code Hita, like if you get the Charmers, it's like a 2-card access code, and you can pop 3 cards if you got Dark, or also use the Linkeribo. Like 5,300 plus pop 3 is pretty strong with just 2 cards, but you need Joel or Witch. I misplayed once. The line was Dark, Reborn, Opponent's Shifter, and Celine Special Summon Joel from hand to get 900 more damage, or like I was 900 damage short to kill the Vanquish Souls. Like they did not get the game free. I did not see that line. Yeah, it happens. Then SP.
Quarter century.
American to go into with IP or just to out cards. Something else to out cards, Nightmare Phoenix. I used it like twice to pop some back row. With the Linkeribo you can draw cards, it's pretty cool. And it's fire. You can pop it with the field spell. It's not too bad to have this in the extra deck. Then also to go into with IP Appaloosa. It helps in matchups. It's a good card. Anima, like actually this card was nuts. I don't know if people still play into it. And if they do, it's good.
And you can also steal Heat Soul. So
yeah, and also it is a spellcaster, so you can go with it into the Charmers pretty easily.
And with SP you can draw out 2 cards technically. So
yeah, and with the Dark and Celine, whatever. It's pretty good. Once I got even another extender body, I sucked the monster and just put it away with Sympho Spoils. It basically gave me another body. It was like a Charmer. The Xyz, I think you have to play it. It's too good not to play it. Pops the board and 2 back row. Also with the continuous, if you have the continuous up, the continuous itself, even though you don't have it up that often or usually not, it just is a threat to the opponent if you have this in the extra deck, so they have to play around it. Then Asus, this was mainly for talents. Like I think I summoned it once hard with the Garunix. But if you play double talents, this alone is a threat for the opponent. If you just play if you steal an Xyz monster. I did that once only, but I think it was worth in the extra deck. And then 1 Typhon, with this card is really good to play. Like if the opponent goes into the extra deck, this can help you a lot. The only weird scenario is when you play against Sword Soul and they only have the 2900 guy.
That's
like I only did that during testing, but that's really tough. Like actually Sword Soul was a hard matchup for this deck. It sounds weird, but yeah.
Actually, did you consider Busking? I saw some people playing it. So
I did not have busking at the time, and I did not really consider it, to be honest.
Fair.
I think it's the rank 8, right? And it's not bad. Maybe in the future, I definitely have to consider it because we had the space, but there's also a lot coming out in Phantom Nightmare that has to fit somehow in the extra deck. We'll see. Then for side deck choices, I wanted to build the deck to beat Labyrinth. I was expecting Labyrinth to be the best deck. I played first 2 rounds against them. The matches were actually harder than I expected. I only won 2-1 each, and I was actually close to losing both. But there was the Fury of the deck and also with the side deck Cosmics for Labyrinth and for Floodgates. Yeah, most of them got banned, but they're still here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good in the mirror match. If you can get rid of the field spell, pop their entire board. Like this during draft is outs the Fire King board that we used to do pre-Phantom Nightmare.
And also you need it for anti-spell.
Yes, anti-spell. The Floodgates.
The
Then
Floodgates.
Triple Demon Crow, during testing I had this in the main deck before, but I then last minute decided the second Garunix, the second Elephant, and the 1-for-1 to put more engine in, because this was the only hand trap that was not really broken in pretty much every matchup, unless Droll that wins Futures games. That's the reason why it moved to the side deck, but I started this in quite often versus some matchups. It's really good. It can help you. Also, versus Labyrinth, you can even put this in to hit transaction rollbacks targets or the clock. Then one Kurikara, because you can search it with Ash. Summon this 3 times. Maybe this is even worth to consider to put in the main deck, because sometimes when you lose the die roll and play into the board, this is a big threat to the opponent. And still fire, you can pop it with field spell if you don't have anything else. Anti-spell. For going first, this card should probably be banned. Won me 2 matches. I don't know, man. This card is disgusting. Another one, Triple Skill Drain. This one is really good with the Fire Kings because you have big bodies and you can still use Kirin non-target pops. If you really need to, you can pop this yourself, but if you play under this and can pop some cards with Kirin, and it's too strong. This wins your matchups for no reason. And then the one Kirin, there was a scatter shot. I never use them, it's just for time.
Yeah. Then thank you for the deck profile. Do you have any shoutouts?
Big shout out to everyone that was at the regional. Quick story time, we wanted to do the deck profile on Saturday last week, but there was a medical emergency, and I want to just shout out everyone that helped there and saved that man's life. Also shout out to the team. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks guys.